Alrighty guys, thank you for joining me for another project. I'm Hunter Wilkins and this is Father at Forge. Today what we're going to work on, we're going to do a bottle opener and we're going to give it a really cool twist pattern, one of my favorite twist patterns in the handle. And that's going to be the Rubik's twist, which looks a little something like this. I did that on, this is a fork that I made for my wife. So I'm going to do that pattern. I'm going to show you how to do that pattern, and I'm also going to show you how to make a bottle opener as well. So I don't usually do how-to things because I'm an amateur, but I figured, this might be something interesting that you guys want to see. So we're going to go ahead and do it. I think it'll be cool. First thing I got to do is I'm working with this round stock, which to do this kind of twisting patterns, you really want something square. So this is about a 15 millimeter round stock, which is about 5/8, I believe, 5/8 of an inch thick. So let's first we're gonna hammer that out square. I'll show you how I'm gonna do that, and then we're gonna basically forge each end of the bottle opener itself, and then after those are forged, which I learned this the hard way, after those are forged, we're gonna set the twist. So this would be pretty cool. It'll be a pretty cool process. So alright, so glad that you're here watching. So hit that like and subscribe button, and let's get started on our Rubik's twist bottle opener. So to start this process off, what you're going to see me do is I'll be using the round side of my hammer first, which might seem a little weird because I'm making a square bar, but I'm going to start with the round so I can aggressively move the metal into the pattern that I want, and then I'm going to clean it up with the flat side of the hammer. Interestingly enough, this is just a really cheap hammer from Home Depot, actually. If you check out Alex Steele, I'll put a link in for it. Alex Steele has a really cool video on modifying cheap hammers to make them into better blacksmithing hammers. That's basically what I did here. So I've got a nice flat side and I've got a nice round side. So I want to do more because this hammer is heavy. This is a 4-pound hammer, so a lot of it I can actually just kind of let the hammer do the work, but it is better to have some lighter hammers as well so you can do a little bit better of a job cleaning up. So yeah, so anyway, just giving you some backstory about what you can use. But I'm going to use the round face first and then the flat to clean up, and we're going to hammer on all 4 sides of this basically and make a square bar. I'm about ready to get going with this. I've got I also have a little point on this I got to kind of clean up because I was making leaves with this bar a long time ago. I'm going to actually keep the point, and that's going to be my butt end of the bottle opener basically. I might make it a little, make it into like a little wax cutter so you can cut wax on wax sealed bottles. I'm getting pretty square, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to start drawing out that tip for the hook, for the wax cutter portion, and I think I'm just going to kind of bend it over and maybe kind of do kind of like a almost like a fire poker setup on it. So that's what I'll try to do there. I'm going to just draw that out, get it bent into shape, weld the tip in, and then that'll give me something to hold on to as well with my flat stock tongs, because I don't have any good round stock or square stock tongs for this. So I'm going to do that, have something to hold on to, and then we'll cut it and we'll start working the other end on it. Alright, I am going to try to get this to forge weld back shut, so I'm going to clean it up a little bit, hit it with some flux, and then put it back in. That's just borax. I'm cheap. Alright, let's see what we can do. Got a weld. We're good. I'm just going to use just a plain old hardware store hammer now. I'm just going to try to refine that tip. There you go, we got a little poker tip. We'll sharpen that up just a little bit when we're done. That way it can cut into the wax on wax seal bottles. Now I'm gonna finish up this end here. We'll do a hot cut, and then we'll go and do our twist, basically. All right, flattening out the bottle opener end. Alright, I'm at a pretty good point. I'm going to go ahead and start drifting the hole. So I'm going to use this. This is just a hardware store bought punch. This one is 7/32. So this is just this punch. I'm going to start the hole. Then this is just a mild steel drift or punch that I made. And I'm just going to kind of finish it up with that. We'll widen the hole out, and then we'll go to the horn of the anvil, and we'll start shaping that ring, which is going to become our bottle opener ring. Hopefully. So there's a mistake I made when I first started doing this. I would bring the piece over to the pritchel hole and try to punch through it. That's not what you do. You lay it flat on the flat top of the anvil, punch down to one side, flip it over, punch down to the other side. You'll actually cut out a tiny piece of material with your punch, basically. And then you can, when you're almost all the way through, if you bring it over your pritchel, it'll fall right out. But don't sit there and try to just hammer through the thing and drive it through the hole. That doesn't work. I'm going to cheat a little bit. I'm going to hold my my drift with a little pair of pliers. This help me from the heat. This part can be time consuming if you don't have a swage block, so don't get stressed out, just take your time, you'll get it. Alright, we've got a hole. Now we can go to the horn of the anvil and start working this thing. We're going to be moving this all around the horn, different angles, trying to keep it nice and even. Alright, now you're going to see my super top secret trick, how to shape this round hole out into a more traditional bottle opener look. Top secret. to go. Alright, we're almost at the final stages of actually making the bottle opener part. So I'm going to take this rounded die and I'm going to just hammer it right on in the inside of that loop on the handle, and that's going to make my tab for opening bottles. Have it. We'll let this cool off and then we're going to show you how to do the actual Rubik's twist. Okay, that bar bend makes this a little bit tricky to clamp, but got it in the vise. We're going to take our angle grinder with a cutoff wheel, and everywhere we have a sharp corner on here, or on, not everywhere, I'm sorry, on a couple of the sides. So I'm going to do this side, and then I'm going to rotate it and we'll do the opposing side. So you just do the two opposing angles. You're going to cut lines perpendicular, so like 1, 2, 3, however many squares you want. So you're going to cut perpendicular lines in on this corner, and you're going to flip it to the opposing corner. Do not touch this one, and you do not touch the other one. You're only doing two. Then you're going to make a parallel cut on each face, and that parallel cut will separate the squares, and then when you twist it all, you end up with that. Alright, so that's kind of what you're going to end up with. I cut I cut too deep, so I cut into the other side a way too deep. So hopefully that'll work out. We'll see. Now I'm gonna cut the opposing side. So I screwed up in a couple of spots, but it should still work. Alright, I'll heat it up, we'll bring it back in, we're going to clamp it, and then we're going to take this and twist it. Kind of quick. Here's where we're at. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to clean this harpoon end up just a little bit, just on the grinder, and then I'm going to do an oil rub on it, and then we'll call it done. Alright, so this is the result of my efforts. So you got a nice twist pattern. It's a little funky because I slipped with the grinder and I ended up with like a couple of lines on one thing. And it looks kind of wiggly in one of the grooves, or actually a couple of the grooves. But it looks cool, and I really like how it turned out. And I did an oil rub finish on it, so it looks a little darker. It's not like black, but it's a dark finish. That harpoon end turned out really well. overall I think that's a nice little piece, and it's unique, something that you don't see all the time. Like, not everybody has a handmade twist pattern bottle opener, so it's pretty cool. Ow, it's still hot. I don't have a bottle to open, but you can see here that this would just pop that lid right off. Alright guys, so thank you for watching. That was my video of the Rubik's Twist bottle opener. It also has the harpoon end for peeling wax off of wax sealed bottles. So that is the finished product. Again, I thank you so much for watching and joining me again. Hope you enjoyed this. Please hit like and subscribe. That means a lot to me. Check me out on Instagram if you want to see some of my other stuff. I post a lot on Instagram, very active there. This will be, I'm going to put this up for sale on Instagram as well. So this will be up for sale on Instagram. You can direct message me for information, and we'll go from there. But like I said, as always, thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe. Check me out on Instagram. Check me out on Patreon. Love to hear from you guys in the comments as well. Suggestions, things you'd like to see me make. If you wanted me to do more how-to, or if you want to just see me make stuff. Because normally I don't do how-to. I just make it, and you just see me make it, and that's it. So that was the Rubik's Twist bottle opener. So thank you so much for watching. I will see you guys in the next video.